twin folk singers, Bloco African Brazil percussionists, and spoken word artists will all headline this Sunday's 11th anniversary Revels Riversing, a free open-air celebration of the autumnal equinox along the banks of the Charles. Riversing features family-friendly festivities in Harvard Square, a puppet-filled parade to the river, and communal singing, music, and more along the parklands by the Weeks Bridge. At the center of it all is the Revels music director, George Emlen, who has been coordinating this massive musical farewell to summer for the past decade. Good to see you once again.
Nice to see you again, Chris.
Wow, that makes it sound like you're... But here you are, here's a picture of a recent, what is the energy like there? I know you're trying to coordinate and get people on stage, but do you feel something coming back from
this picture captures a lot of that energy, I think, because we have a lot of people up there on the platform. I hesitate to call it a stage, because we're not really performing. The main thing is that we have thousands of people out in front of us who've just come to sing, picnic, and just hang out and meander about if they want. But mostly it's about singing, bringing in the fall, first day of fall. We're right there by the river, and the boats come up, and it's a very peaceful but high energy scene.
You know, communal singing used to be very common, but you don't see people doing it in churches. You don't see them singing Christmas carols. I mean, Revels people might do it, but I think in general, this is practically the only thing I know of in the city where people get together and sing in large numbers.
Yeah, you know,
I mean, Revels performances.
Yeah, you're talking about a broad phenomenon in our society, which is the lack of spontaneity, if you will, with public singing, and it's really regrettable. But there are pockets here and there in churches, in schools, some schools, where it really does happen, and we like to think that we're part of a renaissance of public singing where people don't feel too inhibited about it, because it's
there's thousands of people here at this, so no one's going to be thinking you're off key or whatever.
Well, you'd be surprised how many people apologize to me about their singing. I mean, just people I don't even know. It's really a sad state of affairs. So yes, this is an attempt to.
This is where you're not performing, as you say. This is people singing, and
because there's great joy in singing together. It creates instant community.
Right, and
it's
you
part
feel
of our culture.
the energy. You know, it's a different thing than listening to a well-done performance.
Sure.
You just do that. Now, you guys have so many and such varied special guests and things there. I mean, I'm afraid let's go through things here. In Harvard Square, there's a warm-up area, right?
Right. Well, the singing down by the river begins at 6, but at 5 in Winthrop Park in Harvard Square, we have this wonderful rhythm band, Afro-Brazil, Bloco Afro-Brazil. And they're going to be making a lot of noise up there, and there'll be face painters and hula hoopers and stilt walkers and the whole bit. A lot of fun. For about 45 minutes, then we line up, and at 5:45 we parade down to the river, puppets of all sizes,
blaring music and
lots of noise and color, and then at 6 o'clock we really launch right into the singing after a poem from our poet populist, the Cambridge poet populist, and then we start singing familiar songs, some not so familiar, but they get familiar very quickly.
Now you hand out lyrics,
right?
But you also have it online ahead of time with people.
We do.
You know, if they want to go to the trouble and see if they recognize and some of the songs, of course, everybody would recognize, but they can either download it themselves or get it there. We can't rely on anybody to remember song lyrics anymore. Another sad development.
No, who can?
But so it isn't, once again, the performing that you alternate between like special solo performances by, like you have these twin sister folk singers, or do they ask people to join along?
Well, the emphasis is always on participation. Every word is in the program. So if you want to sing along with the guest artist, you certainly can. The verses as well as the chorus, not just the chorus, but the verses.
Well,
as well.
right,
but
sure
you always have the option of just sitting back and listening. We do have the wonderful Thompson twins. I hate to, it's not the rock and roll Thompson
Yeah.
twins. Their names are Chris and Meredith Thompson, and they are wonderful, wonderful vocalists and instrumentalists that are kind of an unknown treasure around here.
Wonderful. And you also have spoken word and then just sort of acrobatics and like...
Not so much acrobatics, but we do have a little poetry here and there, just a little touch of poetry.
Okay.
Just fall-related poetry. And Actors Shakespeare Project brings
okay.
in a couple of couple of their actors for that.
I see. Well, so it's a rich oral feast.
It is. And visual too, because as you can see in the picture, there's this wonderful backdrop of design and color and light, reflected light, that's designed by Sarah Peaty.
And then you traditionally have ended with Stan Strickland arriving on a moon sunboat, a boat that comes in when it's twilight or a little bit beyond, playing his saxophone and really bringing the river in, because many of the songs that you sing are specifically geared towards the river.
They have been traditionally a lot of river songs, although it's not really necessary. The main goal is to find songs that people feel comfortable singing, that aren't too hard, that aren't too obscure, that have plenty of opportunity for singing. But yeah, there's some water-related songs. And Stan, and then at the very end, as we're singing River Hymn, Now I Walk in Beauty, he slowly is drifting down the river on this boat, which is rigged up specially for him with a sun, moon, and brightly lit. It is dark by then, by the way, and wouldn't be a bad idea to bring flashlights for those last few minutes.
To get back to the tea.
Well, just to read the words and to get back to the tea. But there he is out there blowing, and we respond to him. We sing a verse of the hymn, and he plays, and then we sing some more.
You have the echo of the river, which
and plus we have the echo of another saxophonist this year, Ken Field, who will be on stage, and so the two of them will dialogue between the river and the stage. So that's going to be a little bit new.
Well, it's wonderful. It's a tradition, and this is a free tradition, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right. This is one of Revels' gifts to the community, and so it's this Sunday, right? The equinox.
That's right. The 21st.
Yeah.
And right down there, beginning in Harvard Square. Sunday.
Yeah. But you can come along. You know, if you can't get there right at 5, you can join
anytime.
Drift in when people come in.
We usually wrap it up by 7:15, 7:20. And the sunset is about 20 of 7, so plan accordingly.
All right, well, thank you very much, and we look forward to having you back to tell us about the Christmas Revels in a little while.
That will be good.
Thanks. That's it for this edition of Neighborhood Network News. Chris Levitt and the rest of the gang will be back here on Monday night. We hope you'll join us then.